Welcome back to my kitchen. We are still in the vein of classic recipes, and today we're going to do another classic recipe, and it's the 5-flavor pound cake. But now you guys, the 5 flavors that I'm using today are inspired by my mother-in-law. So this is she makes her 5-flavor pound cakes different ways, and what I'm doing today is one of her combinations with the 5 flavors. Okay, so she says when she uses her 5 flavors, she's kind of light with her lemon because she doesn't want it to taste sour, but the other flavorings, she's very liberal or heavy-handed, if you will, with the other flavors. Okay, so we're going to start by going through all of these ingredients. I'm going to be using 3 cups of my Swans cake flour, and to that I'm going to add 1/4 teaspoon of salt, and then also a 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. I've taken these 2 ingredients, I added them to my 3 cups of cake flour, and I sifted it one more time. When you buy Swans down, it's already pre-sifted for you in the box already. But once I add those other 2 ingredients, I like to sift it just one more time, okay? And to that we have 1 cup of milk. It is room temperature. And then I have 5 eggs here, 5 large eggs that I've already cracked, and they too are room temperature. And then we have 3 sticks of unsalted, softened butter, and they too are room temperature. And then I have my 3 cups of sugar. And now the extracts that we're going to be using today, I'm going to be using pure vanilla, and I'm just going to pour it. You can do like a teaspoon if you want. I will probably pour a little more than that with all of my flavorings. I'm just letting you know up front, okay? Pure vanilla. She also uses butter extract. Then we have, she uses a lemon extract. And these 2 I don't think I've seen or maybe heard of too often in a 5 flavor, but I cannot wait to taste it. She uses maple extract, and then she also uses black walnut. Okay, this is the Watkins brand, you guys. No, it's not. This is the Happy Home flavor, not the Watkins. I thought it was Watkins. I had my Watkins in something else. Okay, it's the clear vanilla I had my Watkins in, but this is the Happy Home. Okay, she also uses Watkins, and you guys, Watkins is old school. I'm talking about the rep coming to the house, going door to door, knocking on the door, selling extracts, y'all. Okay, now this Happy Home, it is an imitation black walnut. Most of the time I must be thinking about shopping. Most of the time I purchase pure extracts, but this is what my mother-in-law uses. So honey, this is what we're using today. Okay? Alright. And then we're going to do a little simple glaze on it with some powdered sugar. I think that's it. Is that everything? Of course, I've thoroughly washed my hands. Don't be in the kitchen with nasty hands, because in 2022 it's still just nasty. Alright, you may hear a little something in the background. My sweet little grandbaby is playing and doing his thing, so you may hear him in the background. Say, hey, Jackson! So just in case you hear him, and I'm sure you see my apron that was gifted to me by one of our sweet subscribers, and it has my name at the bottom. Y'all look! Okay, alright, so let's start getting this cake mixed up. And several of you have asked me about my mixer and how much I'm enjoying it, or if I'm enjoying it, and I am thus far, but I wanted to use it a little more before I did a review on it. So I am going to do a review on it. I've only used it a few times. Can you get that phone and turn that ringer off, please? I heard it, but I don't see it. I've only used it a few times, so, you know, I'm trying to use it some more before I do a review, but I am going to do a review on it. And I don't know how helpful my review is going to be, because, honey, I don't do nothing but fix cakes with it. So I don't do the bread and all that other stuff that you can do with it. That's all I do is make cakes, okay? So I'm adding my 3 sticks of unsalted softened butter to my mixing bowl. And then when I turn it on, I'm just going to turn it on with the butter in here by itself, just so it can mix up just a few seconds. And then once I get my butter mixed up for just a few seconds, I'm going to slowly add my 3 cups of sugar. Now once we add the 3 cups of sugar, we're going to cream this butter and sugar for about 10 minutes. And yes, I set a timer when I cream my butter and sugar. You can't skimp on this part, okay? You want to make sure that this butter and sugar is creamed enough to where it's light and fluffy, and you will actually see it change colors. So it's going to become lighter in color, and it's going to look really fluffy. You don't want to hear the sugar crystals mixing around in the bottom of your mixing bowl. So again, don't rush this process, okay? This is very important in your mixing process. So once we cream that butter and sugar, then we're going to add our eggs one at a time. And I think what I do differently now that I have this mixer, I think with the last mixer you didn't really see me add all of the eggs. You would see me add the first egg and the last egg. But I think most of the time now I just let you see me add each egg, because it goes by so quickly and I add everything from the top. But you don't want to overmix either once you add your eggs. Once you add your eggs, just mix enough to kind of get it mixed up, and you'll see how long that takes, okay? So once we get that done, then I'm going to stop, and then I'll come back and we'll talk about what we're going to do next. I will probably have to stop and scrape down my bowl, and I will definitely let you know that I've done that. I try to save a little time and not have to stop the video so much, but if I stop my mixer, I'm just going to scrape down my bowl and I'll let you know that, okay? So let's start getting the butter, the sugar creamed, and then we'll start adding our eggs. I am about halfway through the creaming process, and I changed my mind. I wanted to stop because I need you guys to see how important it is to scrape down your bowl. You see how all of this butter and sugar is just laying up against Jackson. It's just laying up against the side of this bowl. So it's very important to scrape that down so that can get creamed and mixed in, okay? Like I said, I changed my mind. I know I am trying to show those of you who want to learn how to bake what you need to do. So I said, how about we gonna stop this camera? It's all right. If the video too long, then fast forward. How about that? Okay, so just wanted to show that to you. Make sure you get the bottom of the bowl too, to make sure that everything is well incorporated, okay? All right. So we'll stop again once we after we add the eggs. I changed my mind again. I needed to show you guys before I add the eggs what this texture should look like when we say fluffy. Okay? Alright. See how fluffy that is? And you see how the color lightened up? That's what we want. So again, don't try to rush this part, okay? Because it will certainly affect how your cake turns out. So now, this is what we're doing for real. Next, I'm going to add the eggs one at a time, okay? And I really think so I won't have to stop the video again. We're going to talk about this next process. After we get those eggs added, then it's time to start adding the dry ingredients and alternating with the wet ingredients, which in this case will be our milk. You want to start with the dry and you want to end with the dry. Now this is the process that it doesn't take long, okay? Don't over mix. You're not trying to keep mixing, like when you add flour, mix enough where you don't see any flour left. We're not trying to mix it like that, because you over mix it and honey will mess up your cake as well, okay? So you'll see me start with this flour, add a little bit of flour, and then we're going to add a little bit of milk. Then we're going to go back to the flour. You may not see that whole process, but just know I'm going to start with flour. I'm going to let you see this milk being added, and then we're going to end with flour. But in the meantime, and in between time, I'm going to go on and add my flavorings to my milk, okay? Again, you can add about a teaspoon of each, honey. I'm just going to pour. That's how we do it. I don't measure. And I like to be very liberal, just like my mother-in-law, with my flavorings too, okay? So this is the butter. We just squeezing some in there. Ooh, it smells just like butter. This is the vanilla, okay? We're just going to pour some in there. Again, you don't have to do it like this. As a matter of fact, you don't even have to use these flavors. Whatever flavors you want to add, honey, this is your 5-flavor pound cake. This is the pure lemon. I'm going to add a little bit of that. Y'all remember she said she don't add a whole lot of lemon. Then we have the maple. So whatever 5 flavors you like, add it, girl. Add it. Sir, add it, ma'am. And this is the black walnut. And I like to do this, you know, just to go and get my flavors in my milk. Then I don't have to worry about doing all that once we get the mixing up, okay? Don't you just love to hear the laughter of a baby? I love it. So we're adding the black walnut. Okay? So again, whatever flavors you like, add in your pound cake. Now I am going to do another pound cake with more flavors, honey. We'll talk about that later. Okay? So all the flavors have been, flavorings or extracts have been added. So we're going to add these eggs, and then we're going to do the flour, alternate with the milk and with the flour, and then we'll be ready to bake, okay? All right. I hope all of that made sense. Somebody asked me, they either sent me a comment, I think it was a comment that was made, and they were asking how do I clean that little spout area. So that was my attempt to try to show you guys that this little part here comes out. So you see it fits right down inside the mixer, where this part here prevents all of that from, everything I'm adding from going all up against the side of the mixer on the inside. Does that make sense, y'all? I hope that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. But I guess it's kind of like a splash guard or something, if you will. And it keeps it from going all up against the side, all right? Okay, now I'm just kind of going around the side with my spatula up under the bottom just to make sure everything is well incorporated. I did stop the mixer and scrape my bowl down twice. 2 times I scraped my bowl down. I've thoroughly sprayed my cake pan. I'm using my Nordic Ware. This is a Nordic Ware 18 cup capacity cake pan. And sprayed it with my Baker's Joy. Okay, and you guys look, I've not done this in a while. I'm going to start this one in a cold oven. In a cold oven, y'all, this is a thick batter too, so y'all just going to have to see me plop it in there as opposed to really pouring it. But we're starting this one today in a cold oven. The temperature will be set on 300 degrees. And it's going to bake for at least about an hour and a half, I would imagine. Okay. Okay, and once you get your batter in, you try to get it smooth out and level as you possibly can in your cake pan. So your cake won't be lopsided when it comes out. Okay. Somebody getting sleepy over there? Okay. Then you hit it under the bottom to release the air bubbles. I like to shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it. Try to get it level too. And I bake my cakes. I adjust my racks to where it's in the very middle of my oven. Okay. I'm turning on my oven now, setting it to 300 degrees, so it is totally cold. The oven is totally cold, not preheated. I'm setting my timer for an hour and a half. Okay, and then if I need more time, we can do that. And if not, we'll take her out if she's ready. All right, we baked an hour and 25 minutes. So now we're gonna cool for 10 minutes before we flip. While we're cooling, I'm gonna make a real simple glaze. Never measure when I fix my glazes. We're not going to make a glaze that's too heavy this time. And I'm going to put just a little bit of each of the flavorings in my glaze. Just a little bit of each one. When I do my glazes, I never ever use a mixer. I always just do it by hand because it's so quick and easy. Get myself a good little arm workout. So I've added, and I don't measure either, you guys, so this may be almost a cup of powdered sugar. I add just a little bit of milk in the beginning because you don't want to get it too loose. I like to have it thicker in the beginning because it helps me get the glaze smooth, okay? And then once you add, if you add too much milk, you have to add more powdered sugar to compensate for that. So just make sure you add the milk gradually in the beginning. Not just dump it in there, okay? And I can already tell I'm going to need some more powdered sugar because this is not going to give me quite enough glaze. So I probably need to start off with at least about 2 cups of powdered sugar. Sometimes I use milk, sometimes I use a heavy whipping cream, sometimes I use creamer to make my glazes. Okay? And like I said, if it's thick, then it helps you get it really smooth. You see how smooth this is? It's really smooth, but I want to thin it out just a little bit. So all I'm going to do is just add just a little bit more milk to get it a little thinner so it's pourable. And we're done, you guys. It's just that easy to make a glaze, okay? Alright, so we're going to let this cake continue to cool. And then we'll flip it in a few minutes. Alright, it's been 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Isn't she pretty? Pretty. And before I glaze, because it's still really hot, I'm going to let her cool some more. Because if I put the glaze on it right now, it's just going to kind of like disappear. Okay? So we're going to let it cool a little bit longer. We're glazing. Five flavor pound cake, which is most certainly a classic, with a 5 flavor simple glaze, and I didn't even have extra for the hole this time.
Hey everybody! Guess what my job is today? What we make?
I'm gonna let you tell me.
I'm gonna tell everybody.
You gonna tell me what kind of cake you eat?
I know one thing, it's good.
It's good.
I can look and tell something about this one already.
What can you tell about it?
The icing look buttery-ish.
What?
Kind of like a butter color. Butterish color. Oh, the whole cake. I want to play so little.
Listen, sir, I'm helping you help yourself.
I know I need help.
Because you ain't got enough sense to help yourself.
I'm gonna help me. Please help me, help me.
Really let them see how the cake slice look, how it look fluffy before you put it in your lips.
Please help me.
Yeah,
help
it's
me.
something about
A fluffy cake.
the texture that you get when you do a cold oven pound cake. I can't explain it. Maybe some of y'all who really know what y'all doing when it comes to baking can let me know what it is that just makes it. That texture just.
Do I taste lemon?
You do.
Okay, I'll
a
taste
little
lemon.
bit.
A little lemon. I'll taste a little lemon.
And that's the least of what I put in there.
Mm.
Okay, let me put me some more.
Okay. I taste bread.
What do you taste bread? Let's see, you flicked it.
I do taste a lemon.
Yummy, yummy, yummy.
What am I tasting?
Let me see. Let me see what I'm tasting. Let me see.
I'm tasting good. I know that one.
It's good.
It is, okay.
What am I tasting?
You don't know what you made?
Mm-hmm. This is Mama's recipe. Does it taste familiar?
Mm-hmm.
Your Mama's recipe.
I know. That's what I say. I know I'm tasting. I don't know what I'm tasting. It's good.
You're tasting lemon, vanilla, maple, butter, and black walnut. It's
What's the name of that pound cake? Confused?
It's a 5-flavor pound cake.
All good.
Trying to see if I'm tasting the black walnut. Wait a minute, y'all.
I hate this diet this doctor got me on.
The doctor does not have you on a diet.
Well, what did he have me on? That's good.
You were not supposed to eat that whole piece of cake.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
You just told the people Saturday you was doing bad. I told you couldn't taste cake anymore.
I am doing better. The pieces are smaller.
I'm the one doing better because very seldom do I eat a whole piece of cake. I've been doing better for a while.
Got to do better.
Okay, you guys. Well, oh, before I forget, I almost forgot.
I got to do some more better.
Huh?
I got to do some more better. I mean, my piece was smaller. Baby, he ain't gonna help me do better. I'm gonna steal some tonight. I promise.
You better not steal none.
But I'm gonna do my best.
You can't be stealing cake.
I'm not, babe.
I'm putting an alarm on it so it's gonna go off if you come here tonight and get some cake. But before I forget, I almost forgot. I need to give a shout out to my friend. Hey girl, hey.
Who's your friend?
Crystal Gabriel in Florida. Your friend Linda. Lord, Linda done sent me an email talking about you, girl.
Crystal, how you
She was talking about you, Crystal, so I had to give you a shout out.
Well, she didn't tell me about
Linda
Crystal.
was talking to Crystal, and Crystal was talking about, oh, that was talking about me. She said, oh, girl, that's my friend. And Linda was like, for real?
She's my friend too.
She said she tell everybody, I'm her friend. Hey, girl, hey, I'm your friend.
She is our friend. We know our friends. What's our friend name again? Crystal Gabriel.
Yes.
Oh, in Florida?
Yes.
How long we know her?
A long time, girl.
Well, Linda, we known Crystal a long time. Gabriel from Florida.
So thankfully, I didn't forget. I said, Lord, Linda, if I forget, please charge it to my head, not my heart. But anywho,
so we got you.
I appreciate you so much, Miss Crystal, for supporting and loving our channel. So we just wanted to give you a shout out. Little Robert, I don't know.
Don't call me little mama in front of these people. Don't do that. Don't do it. We need to know where our friends at.
Ooh, I love you. So we appreciate you guys. We appreciate all of our subscribers. You guys are the best.
And Linda, you didn't know that Crystal was that deep in with us. We rolled deep.
Now she know.
Now you know. You better check yourself. We know our peoples.
Okay, you guys, well, I'm going to have to keep him away from the cake tonight. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed, please do so. Turn on that notification bell and shake something. You know, when you turn that bell on, it shakes. So that's that shake something. Shake something. Shake something. Shake something.
Shake something.
What you doing?
I do nothing.
I thought you was finishing the
See,
piece I started.
I'm going to be beating your cake is up.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We already look forward to you joining us.
Hit the nosy!
Next time. Bye.